Alright, where do I start with this article? Feminists get Obama to sue Pennsylvania. Oh, really? We get another newsletter about these sexist bitches that expect men to be inferior to them. Apparently, a slightly lower pass rate for women on a physical fitness test has prompted the Obama administration to sue the Pennsylvania State Police. This lawsuit is obviously demanded by the feminists because their ideology is if women cannot do as well as men on the fitness test for a job, it must be caused by discrimination, so use of the test must stop. Really? No, it's not discriminating. Because guess what? In this police force, you need to be physically fit in order to join. But no, that would mean more men get into the police force than women. And that's not what you want in this case. Good God, how many stupid shit have the feminists pulled out of their ass recently? A whole shit ton of a lot, I can tell you that. So, the Pennsylvania police fitness test resulted in 94% of the men passing and 71% of females passing. Well, that's fine because men are more athletic than women. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying women aren't athletic and fit to join the force. But yeah, men are more qualified to be fit than women. Just thought you cackling hens might want to know that. The feminists want Pennsylvania to ignore the fact that the job of a state trooper can require real physical strength and endurance beyond the capabilities of many women and difficult and dangerous physical challenges such as having to pull a victim out of the car that is on fire. Now that's one thing I have to tackle feminists for. Why would you want to stop physical fitness? If you do that, it would shut down all our gyms, and basically all of us would be weak. We'd have no muscles, we'd grow up looking like a fat sack of shit. Our physical education would be doomed by you guys. Last year, a Pennsylvania state trooper helped catch a suspect escaping in a tractor trailer while hanging onto the car's truck cabin's grab bar with one hand while it continued to drive down the highway. The suspect then crashed the truck and had to be pursued on foot as he fled into the woods. It's obvious that the man's physical skills were very useful. But oh no, feminists cannot admit men might be more suitable for certain jobs than some women, and vice versa. I mean, just the fact that more men than women pass the physical police fitness test is simply unacceptable to feminist ideology. See, this is why, with all the stupid shit that feminists pull, more men and women are standing up to these hens. I mean, given the fact that War Corps 666 hasn't said two words about this, and this is not his usual website to do it, this is Christian Post, I guess it's on to me to be the first one to comment on it. And personally, if I was the president and the feminists told me, oh, sue the Pennsylvania police force because more men than women are passing on a physical fitness test, I would say, fuck you. You need to be physically fit in order to join the police force. I don't even care if they threaten to impeach me. I would still say to their faces, look, physical fitness is important for this job. You sons of bitches. I wouldn't even I would even call security to have them escorted out of the building and permanently banned from entering the White House. The big majority of applicants, both men and women, were able to prove adequate fitness, but the Obama administration sued Pennsylvania for not passing women at the same rate as men. The lawsuit misuses Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which was never meant to impose employment quotas, to demand Pennsylvania fork over back pay with interest to women who did not pass the fitness test, and also insist that Pennsylvania stop using these tests in the future. Look, if you're gonna do that, okay, if you're gonna do that, then you're just taking this whole police system and just narrowing it down to two basic rights: the right to protect and the right to serve. I don't see a positive thing about suing Pennsylvania for this. Pennsylvania Police Commissioner Frank Noonan responded forcefully by saying, "We will not be bullied into changing or lowering our standards by the Department of Justice or anyone else." He also noted that reducing the fitness standards would insult the many women and men who passed the test and now work on the police force.
Yeah, this is the one. Can we go for a test drive?
Yes,
Sure,
it will.
Thanks.
And obviously, these feminist bitches just don't see that. One woman who recently passed the fitness test observed, "It's totally insulting to anybody who's claiming that it's too hard for women." She felt the standards are set very low and that they should be higher. Noonan pointed out that the public could also be harmed by relaxing or eliminating the fitness test. You think? I mean, just cutting physical education out of our school systems would basically reduce the child's strength by a mere 40 to 50%. Moreover, a woman who is placed on the job as a state trooper despite being unfit may be putting her own life at risk if a suspect overpowered her due to her lack of strength or quickness. That's a good point. And I know I keep saying this, but feminists, you shut the fuck up and listen here. You need to be physically fit for this job. If you're not, they're not gonna let you in. And I don't care if a lawsuit destroys it, but one thing is constant. You must be fit in order to serve in the police force. Not just the Pennsylvania police force, but the whole entire U.S. police force. Even in the military, you need physical fitness for that. More than 4,600 workers are in the Pennsylvania State Police today, after many of them presumably passed this fitness test. But the President Barack Obama lawsuit is demanding that this test must no longer be used because there might have been 45 additional women on the workforce if this test had not been implemented. Look, I'm sorry, Obama. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know what those feminists told you, but good God. I mean, just the fact that he pinned the lawsuit, you have to trace it back to the feminists on this one. It's not the president's fault. The feminists convinced him to pass this lawsuit. I mean, I know Obama fucked up in the past, but it's certainly not a fuck up by him this time. If 94% of men can pass the physical fitness test to be a state trooper, I would say the test is too easy. Suppose you need the help with the state police. Would you want your distress call to be answered by a man? who was only as fit as 94% of his fellow men? Once again, another good point. Good God. There's a reason that this pisses me off so much. Because it's just stupid. Surely the Pennsylvania State Police should be more selective than that, but they apparently decided to make the test even easier. Since 2009, an incredible 98% of men passed the test each year, but the women's pass rate edged up from only 71% to 72%, making the male-female gap slightly wider than before. Well, if you don't know, before 2009, the tests were pretty hard. It's like you had to climb over walls, step over tires, go through tires. You had to lift weights. You had to do pull-ups. Stuff like that. Therein lies the paradox of diversity. Making the test easier does not reduce the gap between groups. No one has yet devised a physical fitness test on which women as a group perform as well, or even 80% as well as men. The only way to eliminate that gap is to eliminate testing altogether. Well, your number one problem with doing it is that you're cutting out the physical fitness needed to serve in the police force. I know I keep bringing it up, but this bothers me so much that I have to keep bringing it up. The administration official that initiated this lawsuit accusing Pennsylvania of discrimination, Jocelyn Samuels, has the title Acting Assistant Attorney General for Civil Rights, which means she wields the awesome power of that office without having been confirmed by the Senate. An unconfirmed, perhaps non-confirmable bureaucrat should not be allowed to disrupt such an important state agency based on such a flimsy pretext and outrageous theory. But that's where we are in the waning days of the Obama administration. I agree with that last line, or at least the first part of it. To Jocelyn Samuels, why would you waste your time with this? Why would you go out of your way to try to stop the whole Pennsylvania police force from giving people fitness tests in order to join? All you're really doing is you're taking one bit of the police and you're smashing it up into bits, then taking it to a grinder to be pulverized. Then you light fire to that grinder while the bits are still in it, and you burn it down. And how much do you think that would cost in the long run? Your physical health and my physical patience and my mental patience. And to all the feminists that see this, here's a little something for you.